Hey everyone! Ever find yourself wondering if hitting that millionaire status is even possible after you hit 40?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's something that's definitely on a lot of people's minds,
Yeah.
especially with all that talk about financial goals and
Absolutely, it can feel a little overwhelming. But today, we're going to take a deep dive into that question.
perfect.
So the source material for this deep dive is a YouTube video from Smart Money Bro.
Okay.
And the title of the video is, If I'm over 40 and want to be a millionaire, is it too late?
I like it.
And spoiler alert, it's not.
Oh, good.
But it does take like a really deliberate approach, and that's what we're breaking down today.
Awesome. Love it.
So Smart Money Bro, he lays out a 6-step plan.
Okay.
And I think what's really cool about it is that it starts with something that like everyone can do right now.
Everyone loves that. Actionable.
No matter like what your situation is.
Exactly.
So what is the first step to becoming a millionaire, especially when you're starting, maybe a little later in the game?
Well, you got to know your net worth.
Okay.
Might sound basic, I know, but it's super important to understand where you're starting from.
Right.
Smart Money Bro, he recommends calculating your net worth at least 3 times a year.
Okay.
And it's all about awareness,
Yeah.
like how are your finances actually doing? And then you use that to make better decisions.
So it's kind of like before you start cooking a meal, you got to take inventory of your ingredients first.
Exactly. I love that.
You need to see what you're working with.
That's a great analogy.
So when we talk about net worth, it's not just like how much money you've got in the bank.
Right. No.
Yeah.
You got to factor in the stuff that's going up in value, like your property, your investments,
Uh-huh.
but also any debts you might have.
So you have to look at the complete picture of your financial health.
Exactly.
And if I can ask, when was the last time you actually like sat down and calculated your net worth?
Ooh, that's a good question.
This is something we should all be doing, on a regular basis.
Yeah, definitely a good habit to get into.
Absolutely. All right. So step 1, know your net worth.
Yep.
Step 2, and this might surprise some people.
Yeah.
Smart Money Bro suggests that you start small with investing,
Oh, good.
only putting in about 3 to 5% of your income.
Interesting.
Now, I know some people might be thinking, hold on, if we're trying to hit $1 million, shouldn't we be like investing as much as we can right away?
Mm-hmm.
Why such a conservative approach?
Yeah, that makes sense. Why would he suggest that?
Yeah.
Well, it's all about building habits.
Mm.
When you start small, it's easier to stick with it
Okay.
because you're not, completely overwhelming yourself.
Yeah.
Financially or emotionally.
Yeah.
And plus, at this early stage, it's not really about like massive returns.
Right.
It's more about creating that strong foundation,
Got it.
getting into that habit of investing regularly.
So we're playing the long game here, building that momentum over time.
Exactly.
Now, what would you say is the recommended investment vehicle at this point?
A Roth IRA is a really good place to start, specifically invested in a total stock market index fund.
Okay.
It's simple, straightforward, and you get that nice diversified approach to the growth of the whole entire stock market.
Okay. So I'm starting to get the sense that diversification is going to be a big theme in this deep dive.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we know our net worth. We're starting to make those initial, small, consistent investments.
Yep.
What's next on the list? What's step number 3?
So step 3 is what Smart Money Bro calls the 3-year cleanup.
The 3-year cleanup. Okay, so that sounds intriguing.
It's all about creating that strong financial launch pad
Okay.
before you really ramp up those investments.
So before we really put the pedal to the metal,
Exactly.
cleanup. Tell me a little bit more about what that actually means.
So it's a multi-part process.
Okay.
But the first thing is a small emergency fund, like around $2,000.
Okay.
That's just to create a safety net. you
Yeah.
know, So those unexpected expenses don't derail you. And then you shift your focus to aggressively paying off all your debt. And there's a method for this. It's called the jet snowball.
Now, for those who maybe aren't familiar with the debt snowball method, can you give a quick rundown of what that is?
Absolutely. So you basically list out all your debts from smallest to largest. Doesn't matter what the interest rates are.
Okay.
Focus on paying off that smallest one as quickly as possible while making, minimum payments on everything else.
Right.
Once that smallest debt is gone, you roll that payment amount to the next smallest, and so on and so on.
Okay.
And it's just a great way to build momentum and gain that psychological advantage.
Yeah, it's like you're actually seeing progress, like you said, building that momentum.
Exactly. Like a snowball,
Yeah.
just getting bigger and bigger.
So once we tackle the debt, what happens next?
Once you're debt-free, you build up a full emergency fund.
Okay.
Ideally, like 3 months worth of living expenses.
Okay.
That gives you peace of mind, financial security, just in case anything happens.
Absolutely. So this 3-year cleanup is really all about creating that strong base, eliminating those financial burdens, really building a sense of security.
Exactly.
Now, one thing I do want to mention is that this step can be tailored to your specific situation.
Yes, for sure.
Like if you're already debt-free,
Yeah.
then you can focus on building that full emergency fund a bit sooner.
Absolutely. It's adaptable, which is great.
Yeah. So there's definitely room for flexibility. Now, I'm curious about real estate. Does that play a part in this plan to become a millionaire after 40?
Oh, absolutely. Step 4 is all about investing in real estate. And Smart Money Bro is a big, big advocate for home ownership.
Okay.
Specifically, he suggests aiming for a 15-year mortgage.
Now, I know there's a lot of different opinions out there about that whole 15-year versus 30-year mortgage debate. So why the preference for the shorter term in this plan?
Yeah, I mean, it's true. A 15-year mortgage does mean you're going to have higher monthly payments,
Right.
but you end up paying way less interest over the life of the loan, and you build equity much faster.
Okay.
So the long-term savings, those can be significant.
Got it.
Plus, there's that psychological advantage of owning your home outright sooner.
Right. It's like choosing to run a shorter, more intense race, knowing that you'll hit the finish line quicker. But ultimately, like you said, it's a personal decision.
Exactly. It really depends on each person's financial circumstances.
And again, I think it comes back to that idea of diversification.
Right.
Owning your own home is fantastic, but it shouldn't be your only investment.
Oh, for sure. Balancing real estate with stock market investments, that's how you create a more robust portfolio.
So we've laid the groundwork, we've paid off debt, built up our emergency fund, we've started investing in real estate.
Yep, we're making progress.
What's next on this millionaire roadmap?
Okay, so this is where things get really exciting. Step 5 is all about significantly ramping up those stock market investments.
All right, hit me with the numbers. What kind of investment level are we talking here?
Smart Money Bro recommends investing $1,500 per month consistently for the next 17 years.
17 years. Wow, okay. That's a significant commitment, but I'm assuming the potential return is pretty impressive.
Oh, it definitely is.
Yeah.
So let's say we use a compound interest calculator, and we assume an average annual return of, let's say, 7.03%, which is, the historical average for the stock market adjusting for inflation.
Mhm.
After 17 years, you'd be looking at almost $600,000.
Wow. That's incredible. That really just highlights the power of compounding
For sure.
and just being consistent with those investments over time.
It's like a snowball rolling downhill. Just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Exactly. And now, finally, we come to the last piece of the puzzle, step 6. And Smart Money Bro emphasizes that this is the key to making this whole plan work.
Oh, this is a secret sauce.
So spill the beans.
Yeah.
What is this magical step that's going to turn all those investments into $1 million?
Okay, you ready for this? Step 6 is all about increasing your income and reducing your expenses.
Oh, yeah.
It's where your actions have the most direct impact on your financial progress.
Because, let's be honest, investing $1,500 a month,
Right.
that's not really feasible for a lot of people, unless they make some changes.
Exactly. And Smart Money Bro is really clear about this. He says increasing your income, that's the key to achieving that $1 million net worth.
So how does he suggest going about that? What are some tangible ways that people can increase their income?
Well, he recommends focusing on skill development.
Okay.
Maybe explore career change if that's needed.
Yeah.
And even consider side hustles to generate those extra income streams.
So it's really about being proactive,
Absolutely.
taking charge of your earning potential.
Exactly.
What stands out to you about this final step?
I think it's interesting because it challenges that traditional idea of just cutting back.
Yeah.
Like giving up your lattes and avocado toast to
Mhm.
save money.
Right.
It's more about thinking bigger,
Yeah.
finding ways to actually bring in more money.
I love that shift in perspective. It's empowering.
It is.
It's like you're creating more opportunities for yourself.
Exactly. And in the next part of our deep dive, we'll actually delve a little deeper into the practical side of these 6 steps.
Perfect.
Explore how you can start implementing them, no matter where you're starting from.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. All right. So we've laid out Smart Money Bro's 6-step plan to hit that $1 million mark after 40.
Yeah.
But, I think what's really powerful about this plan is that it's not just about the financial steps.
Right.
It's also about the mindset shifts.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It
Yeah.
really emphasizes commitment, discipline all throughout. It's
Yeah.
one thing to know the steps,
Right.
but you really got to internalize them, make them a part of your life.
Yeah. It's like you're almost building a new relationship with money,
I like that.
So let's dive a little deeper into how we actually put these steps into action.
Go with it.
So that first step, calculating your net worth.
Yeah.
It's not just like a one-time thing,
Right.
right?
No. It's about staying aware, being accountable. The more you check in with your finances,
Yeah.
the better you'll understand like where your money's going.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can figure out, okay, where can I improve?
No, I think for a lot of people, tracking their finances, it can feel like a little overwhelming,
It can be.
even kind of scary.
Yeah, I get that.
Any advice on how to, approach this in a way that feels more empowering?
Oh, yeah, totally. You just got to find a system that works for you, whether it's a spreadsheet, a budgeting app,
Yeah.
or even, just a good old-fashioned notebook.
Sure.
The key is consistency.
Got it.
And, don't worry about being perfect. It's all about progress, not perfection.
Progress over perfection. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about that initial investment strategy.
Yeah.
Only putting in like 3 to 5% of your income. Why the emphasis on starting small?
Well, Smart Money Bro, he really pushes this for a few reasons. First of all, it makes investing accessible,
Okay.
even if you're on a tight budget.
Right.
Because you don't have to feel like you need a ton of money to get started.
Right. Anyone can do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Second, when you start small, it helps you develop that habit
Mm-hmm.
of investing consistently.
Okay.
It's like building that muscle memory, so it just becomes natural.
So it's like going for a walk every day. You start with shorter distances and
Yeah.
you gradually increase.
Exactly. And lastly, when you start small, it gives you time to learn.
Okay.
Research different options, understand how the market works,
Right.
gain some confidence as you go.
So it's all about taking that measured approach,
Yeah.
building a strong foundation, having that long-term vision.
Exactly.
Now, let's talk about the 3-year cleanup.
Hmm.
This step, it just feels so crucial, not just financially, but also emotionally.
Oh, it totally is. When you eliminate that debt, build that emergency fund,
Right.
you're creating this sense of stability, freedom.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, no more monthly payments, just
Yeah.
that weight lifted off your shoulders.
It's like you're clearing out the clutter in your financial life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you can create space for like new opportunities to come in.
I love that.
And remember that debt snowball method we talked about? That can be super effective in this stage.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There's just something so satisfying about like watching those debts disappear one by one.
It's so true.
It gives you a sense of progress, achievement,
Mhm.
which can be a really great motivator.
Absolutely. So moving on, let's talk about real estate.
Okay.
Now, Smart Money Bro is really passionate about home ownership,
Right.
but is a 15-year mortgage always the best option? Like, what are some things to keep in mind when you're making that decision?
Yeah, that's a question I think a lot of people have. It can feel like a big commitment for sure.
Of course. A 15-year mortgage, it has advantages, but it's not for everyone.
Right.
If you're comfortable with those higher monthly payments
Yeah.
and your priority is paying off your home quickly,
Yeah.
saving on interest, then yeah, a 15-year mortgage could be a great choice.
Right. It's like you're choosing that shorter, more intense workout.
Yeah,
You see results faster, but it takes more effort up front.
totally. But if you'd rather have lower monthly payments,
Okay.
even if it means paying more in interest over time, a 30-year mortgage might be a better fit.
Okay.
That can free up some cash flow,
Oh, wait.
for other investments, other financial goals.
So it's really about knowing what's most important to you.
Exactly.
And finding the option that aligns with your overall financial strategy.
And again, diversification.
Yeah,
Owning
yeah.
your home is awesome, but it shouldn't be your only investment.
Right.
You got to balance that with stock market investments. That's how you create a really well-rounded portfolio.
Now, let's talk about what I think might be the most challenging step for some people. Increasing your income. This is where the rubber really meets the road.
Oh, absolutely. This step can have the biggest impact on reaching that $1 million goal.
Because, not everyone can just magically start investing $1,500 a month
Right.
without making some changes.
You're right. It's about taking ownership of your earning potential, being open to exploring different avenues for growth. What are some things you're curious about in this area?
I think for a lot of people, the idea of increasing their income, it just feels kind of abstract, overwhelming even, like where do you even start? Can be. But Smart Money Bro, he gives some good ideas for where to start.
Okay.
He really emphasizes skill development as like a major way to increase your income.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, think about it. In today's world, skills are valuable.
Mm-hmm.
The better your skills, the more you can potentially earn.
Absolutely.
So it's all about like investing in yourself, the same way you would invest in the stock market or real estate. So what are some ways that people listening can like actually start developing skills that will lead to more income?
Well, I think it starts with figuring out what you're already good at
Yeah.
or what you're passionate about.
Yep.
Maybe you're a great writer,
Uh-huh.
or maybe you're really good with technology. From there, you can look for like online courses, workshops, even find a mentor to like help you level up those skills.
So it's about taking those talents you already have and making them even better.
Exactly. Turning them into something that people will pay for.
Now, what about like bigger changes? Is changing your career ever a good option for, making more money?
It can be. Sometimes, even if you have the right skills, you might hit a ceiling in your current job.
Okay.
If you're feeling stuck or like you're not growing anymore,
Right.
exploring a new career could be a great way to earn more and find something you're truly passionate about.
So it's like giving yourself permission to dream big, to imagine a career that, is both financially rewarding and something you actually enjoy doing.
Exactly.
Now, I've got to ask about side hustles. They're all the rage these days.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Are they a legitimate way to increase your income?
Absolutely. Side hustles are amazing for diversifying your income,
Okay.
and they can be a fun way to like explore new interests or learn new things.
Mm.
The best part is you can start small, and then as you get more comfortable, you can grow it from there.
So maybe it's freelance writing, graphic design, or even like teaching an online course in your spare time.
Exactly. There are tons of possibilities out there.
But with so many options, how do you even choose the right side hustle? It can feel overwhelming.
It can be a little overwhelming, but I think it starts with being honest with yourself
Okay.
about your skills, your interests,
Mhm.
and, how much time you can actually dedicate to it. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? And how much free time do you have?
So it's got to be something you're good at, something you enjoy, and something that there's actually a demand for.
Yeah, it's got to be something people are willing to pay for.
Now, once you've figured out like what kind of side hustle you want to do, what are some things to keep in mind before you actually get started?
Well, you definitely need to do your research, figure out if there's an audience for your product or service,
Okay.
look at the competition, see what they're doing, and, get a sense of how much you could potentially earn. It's a good idea to test things out on a small scale first
Okay.
before you, go all in.
So it's like approaching your side hustle with the same like strategic mindset you would any other investment.
Exactly.
But I know we've talked a lot about the financial strategies,
Yeah.
but building wealth, especially when you're starting later in life, it's not just about the numbers.
That's so true.
There's also like a big emotional component to it.
Right.
It takes discipline, motivation.
Oh, absolutely. It's a journey.
So how do you stay motivated? How do you keep that discipline over time?
Well, one thing that can really help is breaking down that big goal of becoming a millionaire
Okay.
into smaller, more manageable steps,
Okay.
and then celebrate each win along the way.
So it's all about creating that sense of momentum
Exactly.
and acknowledging those small victories.
Yes. And don't forget to reward yourself for the progress you're making.
Now, what about those times when your motivation dips
Wh-
or you hit a roadblock? What are some ways to like bounce back and get back on track?
Visualization can be super powerful.
Okay.
Take some time to really imagine yourself achieving those goals. How to feel to be a millionaire. What would you do with that financial freedom? Just tapping into those positive emotions can really help you stay focused.
It's about connecting with the why behind your goals.
Yeah,
Reminding yourself why you're doing this in the first place.
exactly.
And what about community? Can that play a role in this journey?
Oh, for sure. Surround yourself with people who support you, who can encourage you.
Right.
Friends, family, mentors,
Yeah.
even online communities, people who are on a similar path.
It's about finding your tribe.
Exactly. You can share the journey, learn from each other, celebrate those wins together.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into becoming a millionaire after 40,
Yeah.
what's the one message you want listeners to take away from this?
It's never too late to take control of your financial future. With a plan, consistent action, and the right mindset, anyone can build wealth, no matter your age or where you're starting from.
It's about believing in yourself, embracing the journey, and remembering that even small steps you take today can have a huge impact down the road. So for everyone listening, what's one thing you can do today to move closer to your financial goals?
Yeah. Pick one thing, even if it's something small. Maybe it's calculating your net worth,
Hmm.
or setting up a budget,
Hmm.
or researching some investment options. Just take that first step.
Awesome. Well, that's it for this deep dive.
Great.
We hope you found it informative and inspiring,
Yeah.
and that you feel empowered to, take control of your finances. Remember, we're all in this together.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing,
Yes.
and keep working towards those financial dreams.
We'll see you then.